And there it goes.
Sup?
Hello.
And so it begins.
So this is RANCast.
Number
Hi.
5.
Which number is this? 5?
Yes.
Already?
Kept track of it, yeah.
Yeah.
The way I've kept track of it is I keep looking at the previous ones on there that I've recorded.
We are racking them up, dude. Number 5.
Yeah, we still need to pull number 1 off of Michelle's YouTube.
I put it on there.
Did
I
you?
uploaded it, yeah. Is it not on there? I pulled it and loaded it.
When?
Like, the weekend after we did it.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it after this call. Anyway.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Roger.
Okay, well,
Coming at you
Roger.
from Berkeley.
I am Michelle. I go by Joy Project on Reddit.
Anthony, go by Mac Anthony on Reddit.
I'm Mike. I go by Funisher on Reddit.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my show. Thanks for joining me.
Training cast.
My guest panel.
The Roger Variety Hour.
All right.
Start with some juggling. We're going to play some songs.
I'll bust it out, dude.
Maybe have some laughs and some surprise guests.
I got my guitar right here. We
Like
got games planned.
Coming by the studio.
We got some game shows. You know.
Gotta love the games.
Maybe Obama. Maybe.
I have to wait and see.
Yeah, you gotta wait till the end. You gotta stick around.
Am I the only one having a drink while this is happening?
Yeah.
Probably.
I will in a minute
Okay.
when I finish my boba.
Oh,
That looks delicious.
you found? I thought you said your. Oh wait, that's right. They didn't have chai though, right?
Yeah, they don't have chai there. I'm a little upset about that, but it's okay. I mean, this is not bad.
It looks delicious.
Never had it before.
So that's what I'm rocking. And some Trader Joe's chocolate covered crack almonds.
That's good
Are
stuff.
they dark chocolate, though? Because they don't count as that dark chocolate.
It's dark chocolate and milk chocolate in one.
Oh,
So
That's
that's
like-
nice. That's heaven.
That's
all right. Oh, that's
right
pretty
there.
tight.
So it has to have dark chocolate? Is that what we're saying?
I have to have at least some dark chocolate in there. I like the mix. And I'll sometimes buy the milk chocolate and the dark chocolate and put them together. I like almonds a lot, though. Like, I just have almonds and I set a jar of them on my desk for when I get hungry.
But why does it gotta have dark chocolate? Is it like if someone puts too much cream and sugar in their coffee, it's just like that's
I
hardly coffee
I
anymore?
like bitter stuff. I like the taste of bitter sweets.
Do you eat those fancy like chocolate bars that have like bacon and
No.
fresh red peppers in them and
No.
or something? I don't know what they put in them. Some fancy pants chocolate.
Mm. You ever have those wasabi peas? Or like
Yeah.
dried peas with wasabi?
Yeah.
Pretty fucking good, actually.
Yeah, those I can do. I'm apparently a dissenter here against the whole dark chocolate movement here, but can't
You don't
do
like
that.
dark chocolate?
I don't like dark chocolate at all.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what up with that?
No, it's like me and coffee. Hate coffee.
Yeah, that was pretty mind blowing. I guess it's not that mind blowing.
I like coffee.
That was good.
All right.
Very easily. All right, we're gonna just jump right in. I want to know about this Miley Cyrus art show. I think we brought her
sure.
up in another one.
She's
And-
having an art show?
Should we just jump right in here?
Yeah,
All right.
let's jump into that. I need.
We have news this week. Last week we skipped the news. This week we got some news. Okay.
Because literally nothing happened all week in the art world.
Miley Cyrus's art show, entitled Dirty Hippie, debuts September 10th and will be on view at V Magazine's gallery space.
I'm looking that side up.
September 10th, so this is already...
Oh yeah, that's already passed. So this is old news. Anyway, here's a
Well, I'm
quote. Here's a
Everybody
quote.
else has caught it already, so this should
I
probably...
fucking love this quote. Are you ready? It's kind of long. Be ready.
I'm ready.
This one's a vibrator, which I got from a fan. They threw it on stage, and that's a joint attached to it. So that's the vibe. I've gotten more and more about piling things on, but I try to put thought into everything.
What?
Even though it's so stupid, I did the pineapple because you know what they say about pineapple, right? Yummy cum. If you drink a lot of pineapple juice, you're gonna have yummy cum.
You
So
know
that's
that?
why.
Go ahead. Sorry. Oh God.
So that's why I put it on the dick with a bunch of babies, and it says fuck. I try to think about everything so it has a story to me. Miley Cyrus's art, ladies and gentlemen. Miley Cyrus.
I think I
The
can actually
artist.
defend this show.
No.
Can you do it?
I think I can defend this show. I was it's I mean it just works. I don't know. I don't know why. It's completely
Did you see the
it's
pineapple with the babies and it says fuck?
well, here's the thing is I actually believe she made these, which is important. You know, but it's the other thing where it's like
Why would you
something-
want to defend this?
It's not. It's just. It's kind of hilarious because it's like she's not even trying. It almost sounds like an art show I would make at this point because I'd just be like, oh fuck this shit.
Is there a picture of this on that? In the...
Let's find it. I want to play it.
You're free to Google Miley Cyrus pineapple yummy cum. Whatever you want to Google.
I want to go to this art show. I'm not joking.
Don't Google yummy cum.
I want to see it.
Maybe not the best thing to Google, but
Oh, here we go. What we got here? This is a actually, that kind of works.
You know that Twitter, I guess Jaden Smith's Twitter? And like people make fun of it.
Oh wait, I don't think she made these.
There's a Twitter, it's Jaden Smith's Twitter. People make fun of it. There's like a subreddit that's called I am 14 and this is deep.
Yeah.
That's what Miley Cyrus's art show feels like to me. I am 14 and this is deep.
This is
It's like going to Jaden Smith's Twitter.
Oh, this just looks like, you know, you just fucking throw a bunch of, take a bunch of ecstasy or a bunch of Molly or something and then just glue a bunch of colorful things together. That being said, the funny thing is you'll see stuff like this like at the Rhode Island School of Design and it will pass. You seriously will. It's just that she just needs more triangles and she could be a RISD student. But the thing is, I don't know. It's like I would totally go to this art show. There's this weird. She's standing next to this one piece. I can't even describe it. It's like it's just a whole bunch of really colorful random things glued into a pile on a thing that looks like it's. I don't know. It's like a gingerbread house on ecstasy or something.
You got a link or something that we can?
Here. Let me pull something up here. Let me look. If anything's worth doing right here. I can't do much of a good screen share, but let me see if I can screen share this.
oh, we're so bad at this. This is like just the first one. All right, so should I like it continue while you look for the link?
There.
Oh, he has a link.
Here's this.
Is she part of the exhibit or what the heck?
She's just. I don't know.
What's
You know.
that outfit? That outfit is part of it.
Trying to match. She looks like the Chiquita Banana Girl.
Well, here's what I'm trying to determine. Did she make that? Do you think she made that?
Yes.
Here's the thing to ask: does Miley Cyrus have the time to sit down and make this thing? Was she
Sure.
bring
On
her
a bus, probably.
Yeah.
Why
So
not?
I mean, fuck it. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, that's her. All right.
It's completely ludicrous. I mean, it's hideous as all hell. I don't know. Here's the thing is I can't like with a lot of art you see now, like I can't defend this any less than I could a lot of other shit. You know, there's a lot of things I could defend much easier, but there's also a lot of things in these guys. Because all it is they're doing this just because it's a cultural moment staple. They're not going to write about this, and this isn't going in an art history book, and that's okay because art history books aren't going to exist in 10 years anyways. So I don't know. That is something. That's a piece of culture, love it or hate it. You know. I would go to the Miley Cyrus art show if I was in wherever it is. Probably
All
LA.
right. So,
I wouldn't necessarily enjoy it. I don't know. I don't know what I'd think, but I'd definitely go to it. For sure. Who's
All right.
going with me? Who's with me? Who's going to the Miley Cyrus art show?
Okay.
I mean, it would have to be a blast. I mean, even it's like one of those train wreck things on there. Even if you're not there for the content on there, you just have to go just to see how bad it devolves.
So that's why I put it on the dick with a bunch of babies, and it says "fuck." Is that a fuck balloon behind it in the background? Is that a fuck balloon?
Oh, there it is, dude.
Oh my god.
All right.
Wait,
Okay. Next thing.
Oh, I don't think it had it. Yeah, all right.
There's more. Okay, let's continue with our celebrity news segment. The Amy Winehouse statue is live. It's been unveiled. You can Google that and see what it looks like.
Oh, the Amy Winehouse statue.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
But it's not as big as the one that was in whatever Taiwan or.
Oh no, not even. It's like life size. It's like
Oh,
real person
Wish it
size.
was.
Isn't it life size?
I'm kind of seeing like a handful of Amy Winehouse statues. I want to find the official. Whoa, wait a minute. Is someone making out with it here?
Yeah. I don't know.
Almost
Also,
I'm
what
sure
part?
that's a thing.
Statue.
It's like the next planking.
If this is a statue, it's actually kind of. Not. It's
What do
kind
you
of.
think? Is it a successful statue?
Kind of rough looking.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, she was kind of rough looking.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna
It's
say
very accurate.
I think Miley Cyrus wins between this and the Amy Winehouse statue.
You're going for accuracy here.
I'm going for it. Hold on. We're gonna go ahead and yeah.
Also,
I think,
Arnold Schwarzenegger's official Governor of California portrait was unveiled in Sacramento as well.
oh, now
That
that's
looks tiny.
that has to look awesome. Governor Schwarzenegger portrait.
The official portrait, dude.
So hopefully it's better than the one of what was her name? Married to Prince William. Kate.
Oh, Kate Middleton.
Yes, her portrait was horrendous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was so bad. We're gonna Oh, this is awesome. And they painted like the younger Arnold.
Yeah. Well, maybe he looked like that when he was governor. I don't know.
Now here, I mean, it's pretty. It's looking pretty sharp. That's a mighty handsome portrait right there. You can find him on Reddit as well if you go into fitness. He might even be a moderator on there.
Really?
He
Are you
jumps in
serious?
all the time. Yeah, no, he jumps in all the there's-
Arnold the mod.
I don't know if he's a mod, but he's been in there several times. There was one time there was two dudes like arguing, and then he jumps in and he gives them all this advice about how their exercise shouldn't be this competition between each other but yourself, and all this like really great advice. And everyone's just like, "You're awesome, Arnie!" Like he always just hops in. He's on there all the time. He's like Snoop
All right.
Dogg. Snoop Dogg's a moderator on one of the subs.
Trees.
I don't even think it's his trees. I think it's some other one.
Reggae.
It kind of looks like they just did a digital filter or something in Photoshop for Arnold's portrait.
Yeah, really.
Did they say what it was done in?
What if it's just a Photoshop filter? How sad would that be?
That's why I was asking what the medium was. I mean, it looks good, but it does look like someone just took a picture and filtered it.
Yeah.
Looks better than Kate's.
Probably a paint over.
You guys seen Kate Middleton's?
Straight up paint over.
It's
It's like
so
a photograph, and then they blew it up, and then they painted on top of it. Maybe. I don't know.
Bunch of loser tracers.
Fucking tracers. All right. Next
Oh.
thing. That's all the celebrity gossip, guys. So
Wait, hold on a second. I want to show you guys the Kate Middleton one.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah. Look how horrible it is.
holy, what?
I don't think it's horrible.
Wow.
Really unflattering.
It's unflattering though. Here, that's the thing is because it's not that it's the worst painting ever or anything. It's just that they aged her by about 20
Yeah.
years, and
What the
half
fuck?
of her face is larger than the other half. She looks like she's about to stroke out.
Oh,
It's such a bummer. Like I felt it was one of those things where I looked at it and like you know that the artist wasn't happy with it. You know he looked at the right eye or what would be Kate Middleton's left eye and he was just like, it's too large. Maybe if I make the shadow of the hair go over it, I can make it. No, I can't cover her eye, but it's too large and I need to be done in 3 days. What do I do? And he's probably freaking out. You can feel it. Can't you just feel it looking at it? Like the stress he felt when he held this in a mirror and realized it didn't work?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it's pretty good for, like, if you look at, like, an RGD thing on there, this is pretty awesome. If you're doing it for the future queen.
If it's a royal commission,
Yeah.
like a royal commission, nah, bro.
You want to sit him down and have a talk with him?
Bro, take it back to the studio, spend a couple more months on it.
yeah, seriously. Hold on.
Nice first try.
You guys want to see how bad it actually
what the
is?
fuck?
Hold on a second. This is what you do. Watch. I'm gonna switch up my screen share here. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you flip it around, and then you can see how bad it actually looks.
I like the hair. I think the hair's done well.
The hair looks nice.
I see what you're saying about the face, but I like the hair.
Well, given that it's a royal portrait, the face is kind of important.
That's gonna get money someday.
Just a little bit important. Here, you're gonna. This is gonna show what's really going down here. Oh, this is so sad. And you can see. See, and then when you see it in reverse, it's like, oh yeah, look at that.
I'm waiting for it to catch up on my screen. There we go.
I see what you're saying, bro. I see what you're saying.
It's like her whole head kind of expands to the left side of the canvas. It was close though. That's what's so frustrating. Is it was like close that just he didn't. I don't know what happened.
Oh shit! I lied. I got one more celebrity
Oh yeah.
article. Okay, the artists have been announced for Shaquille O'Neal's Chicago group show for flag art in Chicago, entitled "Shaq Loves People." And there are actually apparently like some big names on this list. And this is the second show that he's curated for flag art in Chicago.
Yeah.
So he isn't contributing. He's just.
No, he's not contributing. He's curating. He like picks the artists and picks pieces and like does an art show and puts his name on it and says, "Hey, yeah, this is the shit that I like. I'm Shaq. Here's the art I like."
After his whole video of him rapping, Kobe eat my ass on there, it's, kind of wonder.
I missed that one.
You never saw that one?
I was a fan of his first album, his debut album, Shaq Diesel.
Shaq Diesel. No, this was a live performance, and he was a little upset with Kobe. This was after he left the Lakers. But it was one of those viral things that just went around, and he was not kind to Kobe.
No, there were some really pretty sweet quotable lines in Shaq Diesel. Really good. Yeah.
So that just has me wondering a little bit what his tastes might be, but.
No, apparently he's got some good taste.
Does he?
Some really I don't have the link on here, but yeah, the article had like a long ass list of artists.
Is
apparently
he featuring Roger David?
No. I was not invited this time. No.
Is lost.
In other news, in regular news,
Wait, we're just gonna do regular news?
yeah, right. Celebrity news over. We're done with celebrity news. We need like an outro song. Celebrity news corner. $44 million was spent to restore Stonehenge. I don't know if that's art related. Is it?
Yeah, close. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Like art history related.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Sculpture, it counts.
Why did they restore it? It was just.
So what was wrong with it?
Yeah.
Among other things, they removed a highway that was passing nearby, and they built a new visitor center.
Oh, cool.
So they didn't actually do anything with the monument. It's just the surrounding area.
They probably did also, but those were the big money sinks
Probably
listed
giving
in the art.
somebody out there buffing it.
Some guy epoxying the rocks together a little so they're a little more firm.
There's like 3 dudes in, white tie and tails, like with toothbrushes scrubbing all the stones. You know how the British do it.
Yeah. They it's the fancy way to restore art. There was an art restorer I knew, and he did the unfancy way, and he was awesome because you'd bring him a painting, and it would be like, it could be a painting that's worth like $200,000, and he's just this Russian dude, and he'd take it and he'd just go, oh, okay, and he'd like look at it and have like a cigarette dangling out of his mouth over it. He's just like, all right, then come back in 5 days, and then it'd be like. He would fix canvases that were trashed, completely torn apart trash. You get it back, it's just brand new. It was he wasn't so much as the conservator as he was a restorer, and it was crazy though, because I asked him, it was just like he's like the most important thing if you do art restoration is he's like, any painting you work on you need to be able to make from scratch. I'm like, what? I guess it goes really wrong.
That's pretty tight, dude. He's got like all that shit.
He had it down. He was pretty ridiculous. He was like the guy that would make everything himself too. I'd be like, how the hell do you reline a canvas? He's like, well, you got to use a vacuum table. I'm like, where the hell did you get a vacuum table? He's like, oh, I made it. I'm like, oh, of course. Of course you did.
Kind of cool.
Oh, he was awesome.
Did he like grind his own pigments and shit like that?
Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, he just didn't give a fuck. You'd be varnishing something, and he would be using like a big air compressor thing, and he'd just be standing in like a cloud of varnish, just smoking. And that was it's like, well, yeah, that's it. There you go,
Actually, almost sounds like was that you that posted the documentary of the guy that was like counterfeiting?
Yeah, that guy was awesome.
He was.
I forgot his name though.
I don't remember either, but I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched a good portion of it on there. But he was like, even recreated the whole process and everything else like that, and he did it like, how they were doing the pictures on there just to get it as authentic as he possibly could.
Which isn't an art in itself, really. I mean, like you gotta admire that skill.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't like paint it himself, like to get that good at counterfeiting, it was just like, fuck, dude.
Well, it's hard to you have to solve a puzzle when you have to match someone else's techniques. You have to solve mysteries. Whereas if it's just your own thing, if a hurdle's too great, you can always just work around it. But if you're trying to restore or do your own thing, match someone else's art or technique, you have to figure out how they did it, or else it'll never look right. I don't know. You can learn. I mean. I wish there was more stuff about forgery and the process of it, because you can learn a lot from that. You learn, just anytime I see any of those documentaries, I feel like I'm learning way more about the materials and everything else than I am when I'm, I don't know, because they have to talk about materials, and lots of artists don't talk about that stuff. They keep too many things kind of too secret, and you never really know what their process is, which is annoying and stupid. Hopefully that trend ends. It's really annoying. How'd you do that? Oh, man, that's my own little secret. Really? Your whole career depends on one secret? Like, if your one secret gets out, everyone will realize you suck at art? Is that what happens, They're like everyone can imitate it if they figured out that you use saran wrap around or whatever,
Well, that's insecurity, though. That's like, artists are all insecure about that kind of shit.
It's true.
So, yeah, it is that. It is absolutely that. It's like, oh, shit, it's this one thing that everybody likes, and if I, it's, yeah.
It's going to be like when everyone was trying to sing like, like Radiohead or Eddie Vedder. You're singing, you write your song, you're with Pearl Jam, you make a song, next thing you know, you got guys like Hootie and the Blowfish coming out and fucking everything up for you. Or like that guy from Creed or whatever, with their weird, deep, Christian, rocky, deep guy voices.
Scott Stapp.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if it's always a secret. I think sometimes people just don't know how to explain their process. Like, I don't think I've ever said anything that I've done as like my secret, but I know there's been times when I'm like, oh, I don't know how I do it, just because I don't know how to explain the process.
Mm.
Well, all right. Get a couple more. Let's do this. Dude, do you guys remember a couple months ago we had a news story about a giant rubber duck that disappeared after a typhoon?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Dutch artist Florentine Hoffman. Okay, well, same guy.
Mm-hmm.
This sculpture was a giant white bunny, and they were moving it, and it caught on fire. Exploded in flames. So there's that.
Wait, was this an inflatable sculpture?
Yeah.
How did an inflatable sculpture catch on fire? Did he fill it with hydrogen instead of helium?
Maybe. I don't even know, dude.
You'd have thought they would have learned from the Zeppelins.
Yeah, really. Let's see.
Unbelievable. This guy needs to get his act together.
Oh, the Google.
Huh?
The Google Art Project.
Yeah.
Or the Google Art Institute. That's like making big news. It's getting underway. It's like
It's been going on for a while.
Coming together. Have you been there? It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while. Or
Well, I
maybe
thought there was even in the Hangouts thing on there. I thought there was an app for it or something that Mike found once.
Oh, there's going to be an app now? I want that app.
I thought I had one here for the Hangouts on the air. Yeah, no, it's been going on for a little. I should look at it again because apparently they've taken it to the next level.
Yeah, it's getting beefed up and like super cool and like. Okay, so there's that, and then last one.
Checking out. Cool. Way better than any book on art. As you were saying?
This is the last one. As the People's Climate March launches this weekend, scientists team with artists to urge museums to drop sponsors who deny man-made climate change.
What?
So that's happening.
Drop
scientists are teaming up with artists.
Yeah.
And saying, yo, drop the sponsors that deny climate change.
Yeah, go for it.
Shit's done. Shit's like...
Artists are taking care. Artists are going to solve this issue once and for all. We left it up to politics long enough.
Yeah. Basically,
conceptual explanations about the topic to
it's
really
happening.
reach out to that audience.
Stop denying it. Anybody who denies it, just fucking just cut them out. Just cut them out of your life. You know, we don't need them around. They want to be dumb. They can be dumb over there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be smart over here. It's all good.
It's good. At least we're making taking a stand. They can do whatever they want. Is Miley Cyrus's show gonna not take any kind of purchases or donations from people who deny climate change?
That I don't know. I don't know if she is part of the People's Climate Change March.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can talk her into it. She seems like a reasonable person from that picture. She seems very rational.
Very grounded.
Very. So, I think we got a chance, guys.
I think we do it and get through.
Yeah. I think that's the news.
And what mighty news it was. I like that. I like that. I think one topic every week should just be about whatever art thing Miley Cyrus is up to. Make a new
Oh, give me a second. I got a game.
Fucking party. What's up?
Hang on.
You remember you said you had a game last time when we cut it off. What are you doing?
Is this game going to just involve you filming your wiener?
Well, it's on my browser on my phone, and I don't have it on the browser on my tablet, so I gotta go find it.
I see.
So I'll just be hang on. Give me a second.
You need a minute. We can,
No, yeah, it's basically like there's so much art in quotation marks. It's like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
What do you mean art in quotation marks?
All these like tortoises with iPods and stealing the American flag from the Brooklyn Bridge.
Gimmicks that they're trying to pass off as.
What about the guy who like douches paint and then shits it on canvas? Would you consider that art?
The guy's from San Francisco. Well, I mean, there's a few dudes that did that, but I think one of the main ones was from out here.
The fact that you
the whole
didn't
movement.
hesitate, you knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, he's friends. He's friends with one of my guys, one of the dudes I work with. Like, he knows him.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know his name or anything, but yeah, there's a famous photo of him just like with his legs in the air and blue paint shooting out
Oh
of him.
yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it. It's on What the Fuck every other week.
Yeah, he went for it. I mean, if I had to watch that or like the person who barfs on the canvas, I think I'd
Both
watch.
disgusting. I wouldn't watch either.
I'd watch the guy shooting it out of his butt because it's kind of funnier. It's just funnier. I don't know. It's more ridiculous. You look sillier, and you probably fart some, and that's kind of funny. So I think I would enjoy that one more.
So
The
gross.
barf one. I think the barf one. Barf's a little played out. I think the butt is a real commitment because that stuff's probably drying inside your colon. You know.
Oh God.
Oh man.
What about the girl that does the whole birthing the paint eggs out of her vagina?
Oh God.
What?
You guys seen that?
I didn't know that one.
This got
Okay.
That's
weird.
art. That's art, you guys.
Oh sure.
Welcome to art.
I think someone does that like every 5 to 10 years though.
Okay, so here's this week's Is This Art? Okay. I'm going to describe some art to you.
Well, they're all gonna be, aren't they?
Art according to us,
So
or
they're
art according to the
allegedly art.
world?
Here, yeah. And each one of you will be, one at a time, will be able to say if it's art or not. And
Solely to our discretion and our opinion.
Okay. All right.
answer in 5 words or less. Is this art? Okay.
Okay.
Tweets and Instagram posts printed with the artist's comments. And that's it.
Is it printed and on display?
Printed on display in a gallery with the artist's comments. Yeah.
This
They're
is almost,
No, that's
almost
not
like
art.
that.
Oh, I'm sorry. From celebrities. There's celebrity tweets and Instagram posts. Mike,
Okay.
it's art. Yes or no? 5 words or less.
Not very interesting. It's like a Jimmy Kimmel bit, which is fine. It's still art. It's on display. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to see it though. It'd have to be like really funny. But even then, why not just do it on Instagram? I'll look at it there. I don't want to. I'm not driving to a gallery for it. But it is art. I mean, welcome. You're an artist, but it's not that interesting.
Michelle, 5 words or less?
Not art. It's just retarded.
Not art. 3 words.
Not art.
That's all she needed. That's all she needed. Back.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't buy it. You're really, I mean, there's not a lot of effort in there. You're just kind of, just taking somebody else's words and just presenting them. It doesn't seem like art to me, at least in the spirit, at least my spirit of art. That was more than 5 words.
All right. These pieces are selling for $100,000.
Oh
Who's
my
the
God.
artist?
That's almost like that the thing that we talked about before, where what was it? The comment that somebody took that this comment is art or whatever it was on there on Reddit.
The 4chan thing.
Yeah, or 4chan, and then they posted it up on eBay, and it was going for like $70-some thousand or some shit like that. I should actually go back and look and see where it ended up at.
Who's the artist and what's the gallery?
The artist is Richard Prince.
Oh, he's huge. Yeah. Oh, God. He's the one that did the joke paintings and the nurse paintings. He had paintings that were just a joke. Like, here, I'll read one. Richard Prince, joke painting. Yeah, he's already got a huge market. Robert Hughes hates him. Here's one. It says, a man comes home and finds his best friend in bed with his wife. The man throws up his hands in disbelief and says, hey, Rick, I have to, but you too? Question mark. And it's a painting of it. His nurse paintings are kind of cool.
Wait, is it a painting of the scene, or is it just the words painted
It's
on
just the words painted on like a couple textured thing. And then he has paintings of nurses. There's a Sonic Youth album cover with it. And then he was also known as one of the artists that he took photos of photographs, of people's photographs, and then printed it up and hung it up. And it was like called like It was called Rephotographs, I think. So that's like what he does. Yeah, they're worth a lot because he has a Larry Gagosian behind him, who's like a huge art dealer, so they can inflate his market in Sotheby's and Christie's and inflate the market for him. So yeah, that's why he's selling for a lot.
Well, there you go. For $100,000, you can get printed out.
Mm-hmm. He had another piece that was one of his checks he got for selling his pieces that he framed and then made it a piece of art more valuable, I think, than the check.
I think I'm more surprised that people buy this. I mean, that's the part that surprises me. Someone's buying this.
Now you're buying it. Really, what you're doing is you're buying it so you can hide investments.
Ah,
That's why.
that makes more sense, honestly.
That's why I buy Richard Prince.
It's pretty much a good way to hide money because it's an unregulated market to pretty much store a lot of hedge fund money in. So, contemporary art! Woo!
Oh yeah, that reminds me. This article. Sorry. In Mexico and the UK, you can pay your taxes with art.
Oh, fantastic. Oh my god.
How is it valued, though? Like, how do they determine the value of the art?
I can't believe that. Oh my god.
I don't know. I guess they get like an appraiser, or
That's so...
or if you're an artist, you can donate. What if it would be like a percentage of your income, if your taxes were going to be like 16% of your income or something, you could donate 16% of the art you made in 1 year.
I have Dogecoins, and even I think that's ridiculous. Unbelievable.
What, you don't want to pay your taxes with art, bro?
It's not like the artists are going to pay their taxes with it. That's just like so... God, like...
No, that's what I'm saying. The artists are paying their taxes with art.
All you have to do is just, make, 16% more art.
Yeah, that's a smart thing. That's a smart thing for a government to invest in, is a completely unregulated and inflated market that's in a huge bubble right now. Yeah, put all your eggs there. Yeah, let's put all the dependency of schools, and in those cases, healthcare, on a completely inflated, unregulated market being run by bankers. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Jesus, you're depressing me. This is the worst thing ever. What's the next one?
Defended Miley Cyrus's art.
Miley Cyrus's art is way better than this shit. Because her art is just, if nothing else, it's just ridiculous, like, kind of fun party art. This shit, I mean, to me, this is the stuff that's really destructive, because this kind of stuff is this is like all the behind the scenes. It's complete. It affects everything. I feel like the Miley Cyrus art is like, you look at it and you're like, oh, it's funny. It's a pineapple with a dick that says "fuck" on it. Like, who cares? Like, if I saw that on a bus bench, I'd like laugh and go, what the fuck? And it would make my day. I'd take a photo, I'd Instagram it, I'd tell all my friends, I'd call someone and be like, there's a pineapple with a dick that says "fuck" on it on a bus bench, and I would laugh, and then. But like hearing that they like are putting a bunch of like paying taxes with inflated art and all this other stuff that's clearly just there to pretty much hide large investments to avoid as tax shelters is just a way bigger bummer to me. I think because her art at least means something to her. Like, this art doesn't. I'm not even sure this art means anything to the artist. Like, I don't think that art means anything to anybody. But at least her art, with the silliness, is at least a part of her culture and what she does. At least you look at her art and you go, oh, look, like, it's about like parties and raves and people just fucking letting loose. And then you look at this kind of stuff and you're just like, oh, this art's made so someone clearly it's just like taking advantage of an unregulated system.
So how do you know that the artists that are paying their taxes with art don't make art that means something to them? Why is that like the distinction?
Not that one that bothers me as much. But the thing that concerns me about that is not that what it is right now or these artists that do it, because if there's a system that works, that's fine. Is that I don't trust the idea of that, because to get something like that passed, you need lobbyists and certain political weight, and the only people who can afford that political weight are the people that are going to definitely take advantage of that as another system to pretty much hide investment. So there's artists that might be able to take advantage of it, but more than likely, this thing will never benefit them. It will just benefit the people that have, 300 paintings in a safe in Switzerland, and they're just sitting there hiding money, whether it be, like when banks were hiding money from cartels or whoever, and they're just pushing dirty money around, and now they want to push it into art, and now they can directly use that art to take care of the investments. So, you can buy a painting, because here's think of it this way. I'm kind of rambling. I feel like a tinfoil hat guy right now, but hear me out.
You kind of sound like it.
I feel like I'm wearing a Miley Cyrus art piece on my head right now, but it's kind of like this. It's like, imagine if I knew this one artist, I control a certain market in the contemporary auction market. They make a painting. I have a whole bunch of money that I made it, however I made it. That I'm kind of like, I don't want to pay taxes on. I use that money to buy this piece in auction. I inflate the value with other clients or galleries that work with me, and you just bid against each other, and you inflate the value. So something that was worth maybe 20 grand, you push it up to 300 grand. Now you have an official document saying that this piece of art is worth this much money. Okay, great. So you just made $280,000. So now you own this piece of art and you lost the money, boo-hoo, but now you use that art to pay off taxes that are then, that were then covered. You would have had to pay, by more whatever traditional means otherwise. Now you just inflated the value of something you have to pretty much pay the tax on investments that you made, or however.
If you bought it, you spent that money.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think that it affects whether or not their art is part of their culture. I mean, it seems like two different opinions.
I guess my concern when hearing that news is it feels like this is just another part of the art world that has so little to do with the actual art. That's why the art's like completely meaningless. That's why they're putting up art it's like they're rubbing it in our faces. It could not be easier to make and more meaningless. They just know that now they have this thing that they can that they can make as an exchangeable commodity that they can then use to just cover expenses and pretty much hide money that they made through whatever other means.
Well, yeah, I can see where, that level of those people can sort of, if they wanted to, exploit it, but I don't think that directly translates to artists exploiting it. I feel like if you're an artist and your sole income is making art, then it's a pretty good deal to be able to just be like, oh, okay, well, I made this many paintings this year, so I'll take those 4 and pay my taxes with them.
Can people that aren't artists pay taxes with art?
Yes.
See, that's the part that bothers me.
Yeah.
Is that people that have art collections can pay taxes with art, and they determine. See, the thing is, it's a conflict of interest because they determine the value of the art that they're then selling. If I had a thing and I'm like,
determine it by buying it and paying that much for it, right?
Yeah, but it was exchanged in a market. It's exchanged in a market that you control yourself. Like, the value of the art is being determined by the person who's using it to pay for something. So it'd be like me just being like, oh, how much do I owe in taxes? Oh, okay. And then, inflate it to this much. And yeah, sure, I pay this investment, but, then that investment can be bought by several companies together. It just doesn't seem like it's just so perfect. It's like, of course they would just bridge that last gap,
There you go.
You take a tax write-off if you put the art in a museum for 3 months, at least in the U.S. That's why you buy art and then you want to get it. You put it in a state that doesn't have tax, like Oregon or Delaware, and then you put it in a museum for 3 months, and you avoid taxes. That's why the Winds got a lot of flack for that when they bought that Picasso and everything. Everyone's like, wow, why would you spend so much money on art? And it's like, well, it's because it's because you're just exchanging your investment. It's like switching currencies.
That's pretty sad.
It's
yeah, I love doing that. Buying art. Like
we should just start trading, I feel like I totally derailed whatever discussion we just had with my with my insanity.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We can get back on. What's next? You guys want to? Shall we do a discussion topic, or did
Sure.
we technically just do one?
I think I just bogarted one.
Let's do a discussion topic.
Pick one. Thumbnailing.
Like how to do it, or the importance of it, or...
It's yours, dude. Number 4 on your list. Thumbnailing. I just said that.
When I put that on the list, it was more to tell artists about, like... I went through a process of thumbnailing every day where I just did, like, little tiny thumbnail pictures. I blocked out images. I blocked out what I wanted to draw in, like, little thumbnails for different ideas. And that helped me later on in composing better pictures. Like, I had an idea, so I would quickly, like, thumbnail out three or four ways I would draw that picture. And then that helped me to actually go and do the picture and know where I wanted to start on it. That's what the importance of thumbnailing can help you compose your picture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
like
Here
that.
again, I think this is another area where digital artists have a definite advantage
Oh yeah.
to it.
Sure.
You know, because you can take that thumbnail and you can just stretch it out to your full canvas size on there, and then just start painting over it on there. And you
Yeah.
already have your sketch done. You know, and it's like, you know, that's another one of those things that you'd watch digital artists do that on there, and it's like, oh, you know,
Yeah, I've seen Simon do that, and I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
that's so awesome. And he does.
Well, I don't always do it with digital art. Like, sometimes I'll actually
No.
just, like, take my pad and, like, you know, take my markers and thumbnail out some ideas, and then on the next page I'll pick one of those thumbnails or pick an idea that, like, inspired by one of those thumbnails, and I'll draw it bigger on the next page or something.
right, yeah, I know what it's saying, but you know, you still have to draw it out and re-sketch it. Then again,
Yes.
you know, if you do it on digital, you know, you take whichever one you picked out on there, and you just stretch it out and resize it on there, and you already have your sketch. Well, you know, at least the base sketch done on there. You know, I've seen so many other digital artists do that, and it's a really cool effect, you know, and it's a cool a way of doing it on there. But it's just one of those extra little things on there to be jealous of.
Cheating.
It's not cheating, but you know, it's pretty damn close.
That's the tone I'm getting from you. Like, oh, so
No.
easy.
It
Job.
it's more of a jealous thing than a think that they're cheating. And it's,
Cool.
yeah,
Liquefy layer. Oh.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that one a lot. So jealous. I wish I had a liquefy tool for oil painting that wasn't just paint the shit all over again.
Flip horizontal. Oh God.
Yeah, that would help too. Instead of holding it in the mirror and taking a minute to swear at myself before putting it back down and working on it again.
yeah, because then you can work on it, you know, in that flipped image and stuff. Yeah, there's definitely things that they have that make things easier.
I'll go. Let's all just go. I'll go.
Go where? I'll go digital?
Yeah, let's all go digital. Fuck it.
I can't right now. I got some oil paintings I have to work on.
Fuck. Hurry up.
We've had this talk before, but like, the digital versus traditional, and why we like each one.
Yeah. And
I
still
wish
keep
I
coming
could do
back.
digital, and I can't. I fucking fail at it every time. You know what? Fuck. How about this? When I learn digital, I'm just gonna straight up buy a Cintiq.
Yeah?
Good luck.
Start from there. Like, not even. I'm just gonna bypass.
You're just going to buy one of the fancy ones?
Yeah, I'm just gonna bet straight up the fucking.
Thing with the screen?
22-inch.
Yeah, do like one of the huge ones where you have like the whole like table canvas of it. And then bring that on BART on the train and use it like on a laptop. They go all out.
Yeah.
That'd be the best. I mean, it's the sad thing is with that does suck with digitals. I guess that's with any art is obviously the more you can invest in materials, like the better they open themselves up. But with digital especially, that difference between drawing on like a blank dead surface or drawing on the surface and see the drawing is such a huge jump in accessibility, and it's just a shame that it's also such a huge financial jump as well.
There's cheaper things that are like knockoffs of the Cintiq, and I've heard they're just as good. I think Noah Bradley uses one that he was like promoting for a while.
Well, there's the mono price one
Yeah,
that was like
Monoprice has
that
one.
got some attention, but people were saying, some of the viewing angles are bad, and I think it ran on like a VGA or a DVI cable or something. Like it didn't even run on a like
USB.
HDMI or whatever USB whatever. I don't know. I should know more about technical things when I try to say them out loud. But
Yeah, but I mean, when you're 1/5 of the cost,
it's true.
Yeah, really.
you kind of have to accept a certain amount of you're going to lose a certain amount of that ease, you know.
Okay, you're right. I'll buy one of those.
A mono price.
You know, the $500 is a hell of a lot easier to stomach than $2,500. You know.
Yeah.
And
You're
I
right.
guarantee you, it's not 1/5 of the quality. You know, it might be like 30% less. You know, if you could quantify that in some way. You know, but it's certainly not 1/5 of
All right, Mac, I'll buy one. Okay.
I sold you.
Yeah.
It's the special kind of expensive when the first thing you think in your head is just like, well, the job won't make it happen, but like I could donate plasma for a while or whatever. Like you start thinking like the weird like junky options, like what do I have that I can sell,
Got to find the black market for that kidney.
Yeah. It's quick money. Like a bathtub full of ice. Did I like totally kill like 20 minutes of our thing with my crazy art market rant?
No, it's good. It was good information.
It might not be. I really don't know. It's just, in my time and experience, that's just what feels like is happening. Don't quote me on it yet. It was spur of the moment, unresearched, but
I want to know what this means. Should art create culture, an interpretation, or a creator?
Oh, that was my thing. Okay, all right. So here's what I was thinking. Let's think about it in terms of the Miley Cyrus show.
Let's, please.
Oh my
So
god.
that should be our
Brings them
example
full
for
circle.
every art discussion topic now. We just go straight there.
I'm going to use this whole thing to demonstrate that why this is actually a functioning art show that we should all take the time to appreciate and go see in New York. Hey, listen, in New York, you're either going to see Jeff Koons or Miley Cyrus, and you'll find me at the Miley Cyrus show, not the Jeff Koons show.
The inflatable animals guy?
Yeah, you're going to find me at the Miley Cyrus show. I'm sorry, Jeff Koons. Just don't give a fuck. I'd rather go to the
You're
Miley
going to be
show.
the Richard Prince?
I'd see Richard Prince because the nurse paintings are pretty cool, and I could use some jokes. I'll
What
take some
about
jokes.
Shaq?
Huh?
What about the Shaquille O'Neal curated show in Chicago? What do you think of that?
If I was in Chicago, I would totally go to that. Are you kidding? Why would I not go to that?
Come on, dude.
I mean, at this point, what the hell else am I going to? I mean, yeah, I'll go see good stuff or whatever, but who cares? Okay, so the thing with we look at art, and I think we tend to think of ourselves as like you're creating culture when you make art. But I always wondered, like, isn't kind of the idea of art is that it's supposed to kind of be a window to culture? Like, you're supposed to take the culture around you and then interpret it or manifest some idea about it on a canvas or sculpture or whatever. And so it's that idea is do we lose track of the actual kind of goals of what art should be when we're trying to create culture from scratch with it? Are we inevitably going to alienate an audience as opposed to just taking a very intelligent and observant view of the world around us to make the art with that? So
One or the other.
think of what makes the Miley show really effective, right? So with Miley's show, it's effective because she's taking the influence of the party and the rave culture. Load yourself up with some Molly, make some fucking candy, fucking exchange that with peeps, do light shows and all that shit. She's taking all that and she's making it into a thing. Now, if she just was trying to make that shit from scratch, you'd be like, what's this nonsense? But since it has a context, you're like, oh, this is about a time and a place. And now it's a historical record. It's like when you go into the museum and you go see like, ancient art and you have like stone masks and everything. It's like it becomes a representation of the culture and the time, and then it has the meaning of the culture. It wasn't just making it all from scratch. In other words, are we also going to kind of neuter our chances of our art being important in the future if we're trying to create culture more than represent it. That's what that meant.
I think in representing culture, art sort of creates culture in, because it sort of happens in movements, and people, other artists join along and go, oh, yeah, I represent this culture too, so do I, and then you have a movement, and then there's this sort of culture within art that's like a movement that's sort of its own, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I see what you're saying there. It makes a lot more sense in the idea of groups and movements together. If you look at like a punk movement, and you're looking at you have the music, and then you have Raymond Pettibone paintings, or however, or if you're looking at a graffiti movement, and all the different aspects. At one point, it seems to be, but at the same time, it also seems to be a certain reflection of like a social, economic, or however time, and then it translates to art, and then I guess maybe that's when it actually forms into a movement, and then it creates.
How would you describe the Bohemian period?
The what?
The Bohemian period. How would you describe that?
And what would be encompassed in that period?
It was when art was, I guess, the art of people who were not rich was more noticed in the Bohemian period. It was the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
It was when the Moulin Rouge was really big.
Mm-hmm.
Starving artists, that whole idea became.
Yeah.
Well, was
very
that
romantic?
Well, and then what was that? What created it? I mean, obviously, there's always going to be a desire to do something creative. But at the same time, if it's even that, it seems like there was a certain social or political or economic thrust that made it happen, and then it became you see it as a period of time, and then the art was about that period of time.
Well, that's because the audience. I mean, you always just need an audience to have the movement. It's not about the artist. You can always find a group of artists that are doing something.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden, there's a huge audience for Juggalo art. There's going to be. You can go out anytime you want and find a whole bunch of Juggalo artists on there. There isn't the movement there on there, not because there's a lack of Juggalo artists on there, but there's because there's a lack of audience to grasp onto it. You kind of need that.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But that's it.
God, I feel like when somebody brings up Juggalo art in an art conversation, it's like the same as bringing up Hitler in an internet conversation. It's done. It's done after that. You're done.
I think for Roger and Michelle, Juggalo art is like when someone brings up the art market, my head just goes blah, and that's like what Juggalo art does to you guys. Is you're like, oh no, get it out,
Yeah, because we're from the South, so it's like
Juggalo art's a thing here.
we know these people. Like, I know that guy.
My mom was a Juggalo artist.
Fuck, unbelievable.
But like it's hard to say whether the artists really play any role in that, because it seems to be all just about what you can get an audience to follow, and I don't even know how that connects.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
If we did, it would be super fucking easy to get rich off of it, because you could just start the next thing.
As far as like creating a culture versus representing a culture, I feel like it's a very cyclical process. Like, one feeds into the other. It's like, it's sort of like the snake eating its own tail.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, I could see that, and then, there's a catalyst, and then it just keeps rolling through it. You make a thing that influences a thing, so you're making something about it, but then that makes a new thing, and it just keeps...
Yeah, and then other people join in, and it's a movement, and then there's an audience that responds to it, and then in that audience, there's people who are, like poets or writers or musicians, and then they make art.
And then people actually will react to the movement and make something opposed to it and make a whole new thing.
Then there's a culture.
Yeah.
That's not in art, and then artists go there and become a part of that culture, and then make art of that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense. I think the reason I was thinking about it was just that concern is like, how you always push yourself to like, I need a new idea, or you're always kind of taught or to think, oh, what's like a new thing? I need to make like the new thing. And I think that sometimes can distract artists from, it's not about trying to just invent a new art from scratch. It's about just trying to find something significant you're supposed to be making art about that's around you, you know.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's where I'm
The whole idea that there's like an original thing and that you can still be original is very like pre what is it, postmodern. So
yeah, I mean, I think when you have as much imagery that gets flooded into our lives, it's pretty hard to even comprehend the idea that you're going to make a new image from scratch. So I think the goals need to just be different now, which is fine. That's a huge load off my mind. I don't have to make a new image.
yeah. No, I mean, we're at like how many posts or postmodern, like how many are there now? It's like 5 posts.
Yeah, pretty much. Once postmodernism hit, it just kind of feels like everything is just like it's all still in that bubble. It's like, no, this is postmodernism with technology. You know, like.
I mean, it really realistically, I mean, after the first postmodern, everything post that is still just postmodern. You can't be postmodern. You can't.
That's just so pomo.
You're just pretty much pomo. Yeah. Like, you're still pomo, bro. YOLO.
YOLO.
YOLO pomo.
Every time I talk about art, it's like I took a shower before this, and every time I talk about art, I feel like I need to take a shower after.
It's dirty business. It's dirty business, bro.
I just feel so gross. This is why I need Miley Cyrus's show. That's just fun. That doesn't.
We're on time. Can we play this game?
What game?
All right.
About 15 more minutes.
15?
I do, yeah.
Hang on.
Enough time for the game?
Yeah, it should be. Oh, I got viewer questions. You want to do viewer questions first?
There's actual viewer questions?
Oh, yeah. Gathered questions from our viewers. Many viewers. They write into me. I got
questions. Who are the viewers?
I shift.
You're watching us?
And then I watch, and then I pick a question for each of you.
Okay. I'm gonna hate this.
Let's see. Mike first.
All right, let's pave the way here.
You're stranded on a desert island.
Okay.
What do you think of my muscles?
Yours?
Yeah,
like Roger's muscles when I'm on the island?
That's
Roger's our viewer.
You mean to tell me I'm on an island knowing that Miley Cyrus has an art show in New York and I'm supposed to be thinking about your muscles? Well, I guess I'd be wondering if like muscle meat is good meat to eat to live while I'm on an island so I can get off this island and get to the Miley Cyrus art show as fast as possible.
That's what people want to know. This is what people want to know. Okay, Mac.
What island crustacean, goes well with the Roger muscle?
Yes.
All right, Mac. This
Yeah.
is for you. Viewer questions. These are, written in from viewers. Clearly, I mean, I didn't.
No, it wasn't pulled straight from your rectum.
No, these are totally legit. Mac.
Viewer questions.
Yeah, viewer question from an anonymous viewer. We're now halfway through Obama's second term. What is your favorite thing about me?
Who? You?
About Roger?
Me, yeah.
I would have to say the amount of excretion that comes out of your butt and is perhaps the greatest gift that you have given us all.
Oh, come on. What a sweetheart. All right. Michelle.
I love this game.
Viewer question for Michelle. Will you do a Pokemon battle versus Roger?
Once I get more legendaries. I would much rather do melee, but I need some legendaries so that it's an easy win.
Bro. Legendaries.
Suck. I know, legendaries suck.
Regular
Not
rules.
that
Talk about normal rules Pokemon battle. That's art related because
I have a lineup of 5 Pikachus. Are you okay with that?
just bring all ground Pokemon and you're dead. But,
There was a penny arcade about that, actually. Bringing it back to art there. There was a penny arcade where they go to a Pokemon convention or something, and they're like, here's the Pokemon stand. They're like, there's 3 types of people who play Pokemon. They're like, there's that guy, and he's got a lineup of 6 legendaries, and they've all got, like, max stats. He's like, and then there's the 6-year-old with a lineup of 6 Pikachus. And then there's the creepy guy that's just there for the kids.
Oh.
You never seen that penny arcade? It was pretty funny.
just that one. All right, so that's that. That's viewer questions. Next week, I get tons of these. So next week's will be.
I'm curious to see what next week's questions will be.
How come Roger didn't get one?
Oh, because I'm the one that sifts through them all. So.
Yeah, he's the editor, so you know.
I got enough work.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta make a scoreboard for you guys if you're gonna play this game. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Pen, paper, Mike, Mac, Michelle. All right. I'm gonna get. We'll go in turns, one at a time. I'm gonna give you a name.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you there. Can you repeat that again? You're gonna give me a name and then what?
I'm gonna give you a name.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me if it's the name of a notable street artist.
Okay. Excuse me.
Or a comic book supervillain.
Okay.
All right.
Street artist or
I
supervillain?
should know these things. This is gonna be embarrassing.
Or supervillain.
Okay.
We'll go Mike, then Mac, then Michelle.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Mr. Brainwash.
Okay, I'm first.
Yep.
That's a street artist. He's actually Banksy, but you know, whatever.
Not Banksy.
How do you know this?
Fuck. Yeah, dude,
I know who Mr. Brainwash is.
Yeah, I saw the same documentary.
Shit, I thought that sounded totally like a fucking supervillain. All right.
Yeah, no, that's the.
It does sound like a supervillain.
It kind of is.
But it's not Banksy, though.
Mac. Evil Ernie.
Evil, I'm sorry?
Evil Ernie.
Evil Ernie?
Yeah.
Well, I hope that's a street artist, but that's what I'm going for.
It's a street artist? Wrong. That's a supervillain.
Ernie. Ernie is not a villain name.
Ernie! I swear to God. All right. Michelle.
Yes.
Alec Monopoly. Alec Monopoly.
That sounds like a street artist.
Fuck, you're right. All right.
If it's a comic book supervillain, I probably know it.
Really? Should not be playing this. All right, Mike.
Yes.
Purgatory with an I at the end. Purgatory.
Street artist?
Nope, that's a villain.
Son of a bitch! Did you
I
guys
didn't
hear
know that one.
Purgatory?
Purgatory with an I.
Pretty good street artist name. I guess maybe bland.
Mac.
Yes.
Is the Wiz.
I know this
Is the Wiz.
Villain.
Nope, that's a street artist.
Street artist.
Did you
I
know
feel
that?
like you need to watch Style Wars. Is the Wiz is in Style Wars. Good movie.
All right, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
L Seed. L Seed.
That's a comic book villain.
That's a street artist.
Elseed really is a comic book villain.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Is it both?
it's also in a movie. It's a Elseed is one of the guys. In Mallrats, the main character, Elseed.
He was also on Darkwing Duck.
There you go.
Oh my god,
Bad
weird.
guys.
God damn it! I'll give you that one. But that is
Everyone's-
actually no. If it's both, then Because there's also, like, the Black Hand is a street artist and a comic book. Okay, I'll give you another one. Give me another one. Michelle again.
Okay.
Vandal Savage.
Street artist?
That's a supervillain. You don't know
Oh,
Vandal.
No.
All right.
That's
Vandal
I thought
Savage?
that would have been a street artist too.
Yeah.
What comic book series is he in?
I don't know. I feel like it's. I remember getting his. I don't have it, but like Nick was really stoked when he got his Hero Clicks. Like I remember when everybody used to play Hero Clicks.
Yes.
Oh, I got the Vandal Savage one. Like totally fits my team. Alright.
I have
Yeah.
one for you, Scud.
Oh, Scud's a superhero.
No, he's not. He's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
He's a disposable assassin.
Not a bad guy then. Mike, the Brainwave.
Brainwave?
Brainwave.
Oh shit. This is a guess. I don't know for either. That could so go either way. Is it spelled just how it's spelled, normal, no tricky spelling?
Tricky spelling. Brainwave.
Street artist.
Nope. It's a villain.
Balls. You guys heard of Brainwave?
Yeah, I knew it was a villain.
Oh, you. It's hard when we can't have a team or a movement solve these.
I almost answered it too. I was like, oh, I know that one.
Alright, Mac. Prism. Prism. Yep.
I'm gonna go either way too, but I'll go villain.
Nope.
I think I've missed all of them.
I would have said villain. That actually does sound like a villain name.
I actually thought it was a street artist on there, but I'm so bad at this on there that I picked the opposite of what I would have gone for.
L. Borf. B-O-R-F. Borf.
It doesn't sound like anything. I'll say villain.
I think it's a street artist.
The street artist.
Yeah.
Why would you call yourself Borf?
Because it's fun letters. It's fun letters to paint. Borf. That's like what I'd name a dog.
Mike.
Yes.
You ready?
I'm so ready.
Crime Smith.
Rhymesmith?
Crime Smith.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Is this like an old EC comic villain? Like this is like a Dick Tracy character I don't know about? I should know this? You know what I mean? It doesn't have that vibe?
Oh,
Sounds like a street artist to me.
I mean, but I'm gonna say street artist again. I've said it like every time. I'm gonna say it again. Why not be a street artist?
villain, dude.
Son of a bitch. I was probably right. It probably is an EC comic fucking... I'm looking him up. Who is this guy?
Crime Smith.
It's gonna be, I swear to God. The DC universe. Never
Right.
mind.
Let's see. Mac. Cool Disco Dan. Disco Dan.
I hope that's a street artist.
A villain, I think.
That's a really long name to be painting on walls.
Which is Cool Disco Dan.
Against better judgment, I'll go for street artist.
You got one.
Yay!
Alright. Michelle. Gentleman Ghost.
Villain.
Oh, fuck! You know this game. Alright. Alright, I'm running out, but...
I would rather know comic book villains than teen paranormal romance titles.
Wow. So out of all those, Mike got 1, Mac got 1, Shell got 2.
Hooray! I'm proud of my 1.
Wow!
That's hard.
Look at all the X's, you guys.
Michelle crushed.
They're all dominated with
2.
all right, there it is. There's this street artist or comic book supervillain game.
Oh, that was fun. I enjoyed it. Probably.
Right, I need
on
to
time.
go to put my daughter to bed and other such family things.
All right.
Cool.
Man, congratulations on the win.
Yeah.
What do I win?
You did well.
Win the title of nerd?
I'll make something up. I don't know yet.
Alright.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for playing. Thanks for being on my show, my panel of special guests.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us on the Roger Variety Hour.
And we'll see you next week.
Okay. See you guys.
Good night, art community.